So, let's get in this wacky building. Oh, fuck, there's two entrances. Oh, fuck, there's two entrances. I'm left-handed, so we'll use the left entrance. That's how I make all my decisions. Hello? The attendant behind the counter is an uncommonly fine-featured dwarf with a beautiful smile. A yellow ID tag pinned to his chest announces his name in large blocky letters. Parson! There it says, Parson. He nods at you and raises a hand in greeting. Welcome to the hub, brother. Are you here to share in the splendor of communion? If so, I can show you to an empty terminal. I might be interested. Tell me more. Communion is a spiritual experience, friend. Available to all for a small donation. He gestures at the banks of terminals lining the walls. The hub acts as the core of the communion. Those who jack into it are in turn linked to one another, daisy-chained together at the brainstem. Race, gender, social class, all of the artificial barriers to empathy that we've constructed as a culture. Communion strips them all away. It's a monument to the great truth that so many of us deny, that we were all the same at the core. Imagine it, friend. Dozens of individual minds all tied together into a single cohesive whole, sharing in a collective subconscious connected through the hub. Parson raises his hands in supplication. Join with us, and feel your limitations fall away. Not right now. Whenever you're ready, you may return. Is there something more that I can help you with in the meantime? Can you tell me anything about this building? Beyond the hub, there isn't much to speak of. There's a small shop down the hall if you're hungry or in need of basic supplies. He shrugs and offers you an apologetic smile, and that's about it, I'm afraid. I need to get to the upper levels? There are floors above us, of course, but you're unlikely to find anything of value up there. Just the domiciles of the faithful and the magnificers who have taken charge of the building. I would steer clear of them if I were you. What about the basement? That would be difficult. The stairway leading down to the building sublevels has been blocked, and the elevator has been sabotaged. It stopped working at the same time that the arbiters were driven from the building. One of the gang leaders is probably your best bet. Ulrich is right up front. I suppose that you could try your luck with him. Or if you'd be willing to do me a favor, I could tell you how to find Trithemius' hideout. The choice is yours. What favor? A pair of squatters on the second floor ripped the guts out of one of my terminals. They have taken the data jack signal converter, and the terminal will be out of commission until I get it back. A single damaged terminal may not sound like much, but trust me, the entire experience of communion has been diminished by this act of vandalism. I believe that I know the squatters responsible. Their leader's name is Janet. She is a decker of some skill. I don't know what she has planned for my parts, but I do know that this situation will not stand. I cannot allow another terminal to be damaged. And you want us to deal with them for you? Yes, but not with violence. I want you to talk with them and convince them to bring me back my components. Do this, and I'll tell you how to get to Trithemius. Deal? Sounds straightforward. Charismatic guy will just talk him down. Got your wacky computer religion here. Okay. Good for you guys. Got a shop here, I see. The man behind the counter looks tired. His lids are heavy and his eyes are bloodshot. Welcome to Carl's General Store. I need some info. He rubs his eyes and does his best to shake himself awake. Alright, what do you want to know? What do you know about the Arbiters? Bunch of tough guys. They took a big cut of my sales and protection money, all in the name of the working class. Funny, last time I checked, I was one of the working class. In fact, I'm the only one who's working in this whole damn building. He spreads his arms, a helpless look on his face. But at least they kept some form of law. Mugging and assaults were rare. They didn't let murderous spirits run loose on the upper floor. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. What do you know about the Magnificers? They don't care about much aside from their own magic. Whole world's one big magical pissing contest to them. Always trying to summon bigger and better spirits. Dangerous stuff, man. Must be tough having to live down here with that going on over your head. It ain't easy. They charge less in protection than the Arbiters did, but they don't care about keeping anything even approaching order. They just hide it in their clubhouse, get it high, and summon spirits that terrorize and kill people up on the third floor. Poor bastards. What's the layout of this place like? Well, you're on the first floor. That's the hub, my shop. The second floor has mostly been converted into makeshift apartments for people to live in. A gang squats up there, the Magnificers. Dangerous people. I'd stay away from them. The third floor is mostly housing, too. Lots of Parsons communion crazies live up there. The Magnificers have a squad up there, too. He leans in and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I'm pretty sure their main crib is up there too. Don't know exactly where. That's all for now. Let me see your inventory. Snag these fellas. Just keep them in the stash for now. Man, they're not lying. That is the whole floor. Looks like both walls gave way and they took the roof with them. The entire hallway is blocked with debris. Okay. The elevator appears to be offline. The control panel's LCD screen is unlit and its metal casing is badly dented. Ask your decker to examine the control panel. Your decker easily pries the metal casing away from the wall, exposing a mess of wires and circuitry. After a quick inspection, it becomes clear that this elevator was wired to operate around a control chip. The chip is missing and it looks as though a power coupling has been yanked alongside it. Without these components, there's no way for this elevator to function. Okay. Considering the state of the rest of the building, this stairwell looks relatively clean and intact. We're going to the second floor. Hello? Oh, good, target practice. You son of a bitch. You're gonna regret that, my friend. Because we're back to dope it up now that we've got that bonus AP. Here I come! He can probably use his friend now that he's got so much AP. What do you have? Any grenades? Adds plus 3 AP and 2 movement for 1 round. It's pretty tempting, but... That's okay. We had a pretty good first turn. Did it go rogue right away? Yes. Yes, it did. Armor stripped -3. Jesus Christ. What the hell was that? What's going on in there? Now, I should be able to boost her aim and then just heal myself. Which hurt like hell. That wasn't too bad. 70 HP, Jesus Christ. We'll snipe him. Or we'll snipe this one instead. There's an item there. Well, fuck. Forgot to look at his armor. 70 HP, Jesus Christ. We're going for it. Keep swinging, girl. Marks enemy, causing them to become easier to hit. Deal. Missed. Okay, so he's dead. Which means it's just you and me, Magnifica Mage. What the fuck's going on out here? And he just runs out. Cut to shreds. To shreds. Not enough ammo. God damn it, Eager. Okay. Bunch of amulets. Just money on the ground for us. Everyone's blocking one. There's one right there. Thank you. Thanks for moving. The most basic spell every mage knows and always has ready. What would you like to do with this item? We'll send it to the stash. Actually, no, swap it with the machete, because we've never used the machete ever. Glue. Targets cannot move but can still use AP to attack. Lasts 2 rounds. Fire barrier, which we've never used, but send to the stash. I like this. I like that I'm getting magic. I mean, as a wizard, I would have been done several hours ago, but still neat. What's this? The door is locked. There is an intercom panel beside it. Have your decker bypass the lock and open the door. Your decker pops the casing off the door control and quickly overrides the lock. The door unlocks with a click. Good work, team. Hello? A middle-aged woman with chocolate-colored skin and shoulder-length dreadlocks looks up from her PDA with a start. She's decked out in form-fit body armor, and in a flash, her assault rifle goes from slung to held at the ready. Who the hell are you, and how did you get through the door? I use my charm and natural musk. Gets him every time. She gestures with her rifle. Cut the shit and start talking. What do you want? Why are you here? Person wants his shit back. She shakes her head violently. No way. Those parts are keeping us online, and not just us, but everyone worth a million in this hole. Parson can keep running his ridiculous little cult just fine with what he's got. But us, we're the only Matrix connection that these people have. I don't have time for this. I need those parts right now. I don't want this to get messy, so back down. Not gonna happen. What's this? I'm too beautiful for you to look away. Look, there is far more at stake here than your little corner of the Matrix, but no one needs to get hurt. All I want is the part. She looks you up and down, and you can see the doubt glowing in her eyes. Finally, her shoulders slump in defeat. She lowers her gun and signals the others in the room to stand down. You win, asshole. Take him. Good call. Screw you. Take your parts and get the hell out of my apartment. I'm here for the parts. The hacker's terminal has clearly been cobbled together using whatever parts they could find. In spite of this, it's a remarkably impressive piece of machinery. Studying the terminal, it takes almost no time to identify the components that Parson sent you to find. Examine the terminal to see if the signal converter can be removed without disabling it. At the moment, it is impossible to remove this part without disabling the terminal. The converter is required so that the signal the terminal sends can be interpreted by the data jack of its user. Have your teammate examine the terminal to see if the parts can be replaced. The converter is a pretty specialized piece of hardware, but a data jack impulse transmitter is a widely available piece of equipment and could be converted to work in its place. Middle age. No. Just looking around. Gotta find that signal thingamajigger. Hello? Another wizard fight? No, we're not wizard fighting here. Oh, hello, items. 46 million. The communion speaks and we listen. Give yourself willingly. Join us and be rewarded. Send the drugs to my stash. The communion must flourish. The communion must grow. On the dresser is a scrap of paper with Shark Tank scribbled on it. Okay, so that might be important. We are one with the communion. Join us and all will be one together. Let's not do that. Let's not get carried away. pile of garbage in the way? There's a lot of garbage in here. A large amount of garbage. Hello, friends. A group of metahumans huddles together, their eyes wide in terror. Many of them have scrapes and bruises, and few have more serious injuries. Their clothes are tattered and stained. As you approach, a disheveled-looking middle-aged man steps forward, placing himself between you and the main group. His hair is badly matted, and a pair of battered reading glasses hang from the bridge of his nose. Who are you, may I ask? What are you doing here? I'm Phineas Irk, from the Phineas Irk Civic Center. And you are? My name is Franz. These are my friends and my wife. We live together. Well, we used to live together up on the 3rd floor. You used to live upstairs? Yes, until about a week ago. Then the Magnificer's pets moved in, and we had to run for our lives. Spirits, you mean? He nods, a look of pure misery on his face. They're always summoning the damn things, but last week they lost control of a handful. Before we knew what was happening, they were running wild in our living room. We tried to protect ourselves, but we were no match for them. He shakes his head, a haunted look in his eyes. We had no choice but to leave everything behind. We've been scraping by down here ever since. At least Janet is letting us use her Matrix uplink. We can still afford to feed ourselves thanks to her. If there are uncontrolled spirits up there, someone needs to deal with them. Might as well be us. Oh, thank you, thank you. Please let us know when it's safe to return home. I will strongly consider it, my friend. So we have 2 optional objectives. We need to kill all the spirits and find a thingamajigger. Let's see if Johnny Merchant downstairs has one. Go to the ground floor. I'm looking for a data jack impulse transmitter. I've got what you need, 1,000 Nuyen, no less. Cut me a fucking deal, dude. He looks baffled. Why would I do that? That part is pretty specialized and expensive. Who else is going to need it around here or afford it? I'll give you 500. Fine, 500, thank you. All yours. Go fix Janet's thing so she'll calm the fuck down. Up we go. Just looking around. You go look around somewhere else. I'm a big bitch. Modify the impulse transmitter and replace the signal converter with it. After a few minutes of work, the transmitter is modified and installed. You now have the converter and the terminal is still working. You're welcome. So, all fixed up. Everybody wins. You got your terminal and I've got my parts. You see the tension drain out of her. Thank you. I'm glad this could end without bloodshed. There's been enough of that around here recently. Yeah, sure looks that way. Anyways, smell you later. Parson. I recovered the parts for your terminal. Excellent, my brother. Let me see them, if you please. Parson's smile disappears for a moment as he studies the parts. His brow furrows in concentration. As suddenly as it disappeared, the smile returns. Yes, these are the parts that I need. Thank you, friend. I trust that there was no trouble, that you were able to attain them without bloodshed. Of course, we never spill blood when we don't have to. Horribly ironic coming from Glory, the 6 AP murder machine. Oh, that is wonderful news. Truly, truly wonderful. And now, I have my end of the deal to uphold. If you're hell-bent on meeting with Trithemius, take the stairs up to the 3rd floor. You'll find an abandoned apartment at the end of the hall. Look for the stylized M painted on the wall. It looks like 2 crude lightning bolts facing one another. That's Trithemius' personal sigil. There's an old bookcase in the very back of the apartment. Under the 2nd shelf from the bottom, you'll find a button that opens the door to Trithemius' hideout. How do you know all this? Because that abandoned apartment was once mine. In the days before I discovered the peace of communion, I was a very different man, and in need of such contrivances. His smile widens. But not anymore. Finally, I am at peace. Well, good for you. Good for you.